Yo, what's up, you guys? My name is King Raxo. In this video, I'm going to teach you exactly how to find the baddies in your city or whenever you're traveling, how to find the baddies that are there. The best looking girls in your city, no matter if you're in a big or small city, they're likely not going to be right where you live at. All right, so you may be thinking to yourself, there's not that many of my type of women in my city, but that's not really the truth. That's not the reality. It's just that you don't see them in your day to day life or you don't see them on your dating app. So you have to understand whether you're in a big or small city, most women are going to be at home a majority of the day. So in order to approach them, you're going to have to find them out at the gym. You're going to find them when they're running errands, when they're having fun on a night out, when they're grabbing a bite to eat, something like that. And you have to understand that since they're at home a lot of the time, you're going to have to use methods online like dating apps, Instagram, things like that. And let's say that these women aren't on dating apps and they don't go out the house ever. Well, they still have friends, right? So you're going to have to be in the group of friends. And usually what I found is that in every city, the best women, I'm talking about the baddies, are going to be around the elite level guys in the city. So I've used all of these methods in person, online, social circle, and I've used them all and they all do work. And so I'm going to break down in this video how to use each one to find baddies and how all of them serve a different purpose. So the thing that's most important with in-person approaching dating apps or your social circle, it's location. So if I'm going to approach women, I'm going to go to an area that's affluent and that has a lot of people. This is where the best women in the city are always going to be. It doesn't matter what city you're in, even if you're in a city with sub 50,000 people, if you're in a city with above 5 million people. Women are always going to go to the nicest restaurants. They're going to go to the tourist attractions, the places that you can have the most fun in your city. And that's usually going to be in the more affluent, rich areas. I grew up in a big city, which is Los Angeles, and even there, the baddies are only going to be in Santa Monica, West Hollywood, Hollywood, or downtown, right? You can still find a woman in a random fucking bar in the middle of nowhere, but we're trying to go to high rep environments that are going to give us a lot of practice with approaching and also give us a large amount of people. We don't want to just go to a place, spend hours of our time just to approach one woman. We want to talk to lots of them. So if I'm on a dating app, I'm always going to make sure to set my location to an area that has the best quality of women, right? So I only set my location radius to be like 10 miles max. Usually it's like 6 to 8 miles. So I'm always going to set it to be in a part of the city that has the best quality women. This is usually going to be the most affluent area. It's usually going to be the most populated area. And it's usually not going to be right where you live. Let's say you live in a suburb. Let's say you live on the outskirts of the city. Let's say you don't live in a densely populated area. Well, don't set your Hinge or your Tinder location right there. Move it. Now, let's say I'm going the social circle route. I've only done the social circle route in 2 cities, which is Los Angeles and Phoenix. And the way that I run the social circle route is really what I do is I network with high level people in the city. And eventually what happens is you start realizing that a lot of the baddies go to events. I don't know if they're looking for a check. I don't know if they're trying to finesse like a high level man, but they just tend to be at these parties where all the rich elite level guys are. And so when I started doing this, it was really just for networking purposes, just for myself. But then I started to realize when I was in LA, I'm like, bro, why are there so many baddies here? Like I literally used to be in the middle of a party and I would question like, why are there so many girls here? And then I started to realize that women just want to be around elite level men. They just want to be around where all of the action happens. And that's really the theme of everything I'm saying. The affluent areas, the places where it's most poppin', the most poppin' club in your city, that's usually where baddies are going to be. They're either going to be around the scene or they're going to be where the top dogs are at. So make sure to be adjacent to that or make sure to be in the mix of that if you want to meet the best women. Now, of course, you can always find baddies at your local gym, at your grocery store, in your daily life, all of that. But if you want the best chances of being in an environment where you can get a lot of reps in, what I mean by reps is starting conversations with a lot of beautiful women, like drop dead gorgeous women in a short space of time, you always want to go to the areas that are more affluent and kind of more populated. So let's say there's 2 malls in your city. Both of them are pretty populated. Always go to the one that is in the richer area. Now, this may seem dumb, right? But I've done this for years. I've been to different countries all around the world. I've stayed in the areas in London and Paris, in different countries all around the world where the same thing happens over and over again. So I know that it's not just one city, it's every city where the best women are always going to be in the most poppin' areas of the city, the place where there's the most people, the most rich people, and usually the most trendy kind of people. So that's what I found. Even after I moved from Los Angeles, where I used to live, here to Phoenix, I found that it was the same thing. And I used to go to a coffee shop that was like in a lit area, like an affluent area. And this is a good anecdote, right? Is that I went to a place that was like in a wealthy area of the city, but I realized that those kind of women, like even though I approached them there, they weren't really my vibe. Like they were more like marriage minded. They were more like they were just really, really serious. And so I switched going from that coffee shop, which was in what's called the Biltmore area of Phoenix. Then I went to a coffee shop that was in North Scottsdale, right? And the women there, super bad, by the way, and they were more my vibe. Like they were just a little bit younger. They weren't thinking all about like marriage. They were more like the Instagram type of baddies that you see like online and stuff like that. And so something that you have to understand that is not going to be the first place that you just go to that you're going to find the baddest women out there. You have to do a little bit of retooling. But once you find your spot, once you find your zone, then you're good. A lot of you guys play in the minor leagues. You know, you'll go to a bar that's in the middle of nowhere when you're going out with your friends. You guys will not go to the best of the best. And it's just like if you want to practice and get better at this skill of like conversating and dating, you want to only practice with the best women, right? You only want to date the best women. If you're approaching, go to the best club in your city. Go to the place where the most people are going to go. If you're using a dating app, set your location to where the best women in your city are going to be. Look at the most affluent area, look at the most populated area, and set it there. And then if you're building your social circle with the intent of having it be more fun or just being more filled with women, really, then always go to events in your city where the top dogs are going to be. And what I mean by top dogs is just the people who are really doing it big in either your field, it could be tech, healthcare, business, whatever it is, or the top dogs when it comes to your hobbies. It could be hobbies that you're really, really passionate about. Just go to where it's the best of them, right? Don't play in the minor leagues. So yeah, that's basically how I've done it to find baddies wherever I go. I never swipe on mid girls. I never approach mid girls. I literally only approach baddies, and this is literally how I do it. So if you want to do the same thing, you want to find where the girls in your city are at, just follow everything that I've said here. All right, thank you guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys on the next one.